Ladies and gentlemen of the Action Army, what is going on? And welcome to another episode of Road to 43, where I take you through my journey to getting back to a 43-inch vertical jump like I had at 23 years old. What is the difference? Well, now I'm 33 years old. It is a decade later, and I'm trying to achieve my highest vertical jump ever. Am I delusional? Quite possibly, but we're going to go for it. So today is Wednesday, January 29th. And if you haven't been watching the previous episodes, I'm trying to dunk a basketball in 30 days to do a main channel YouTube video. I didn't do any training in December at all. And then I trained my ass off in January. And when you spike your load, what happens? You get knee pain. So I have quad tendinopathy right now, pretty bad. I can put this up there with some of the worst quad tendinopathy that I ever had. Not like back when I was playing a ton of basketball and being an idiot, but as a strength and conditioning coach, as a sports performance trainer, this is some of the worst quad tendinopathy that I have had. And it's gotten worse and worse as I spike my load more and more and more throughout January, but we saw this coming. You know, we knew this was going to happen. So today's Wednesday. I have a light workout today. I'm not even sure what I'm going to do today. I'm going to do as much as possible based on how my knee feels, but also I'm going to keep it to a minimum because I want to try to get a dunk on Friday. So Friday we will go to the other gym that I train at. This is the high school gym where I coach my high school team. Worst thing that they did was give me a key to get into this gym because I'm in here on holidays. I'm in here on weekends, on Sundays. I can't tell you how many times I have set the alarm off in this high school and I had to call somebody like, hey, I apologize. I set the alarm off again because there was no custodians here. There was nobody here. Just me. So yeah, apparently you're not allowed to be here when nobody else is here. They thought I was trying to rob the school of all their computers, but yeah, what am I yapping about, bro? Shut up. Also, just a quick side note about reverse dead mills, because I do these a lot. I do these pretty much every main workout. I'll do 3 sets at 2 minutes, superset with my isometrics. Knees over toes guy made these popular. He didn't come up with these, but he made reverse sled and reverse dead mills popular. That's where I first saw this. Now, you have two handfuls of people. Over here, you have everybody who praises knees over toes guys stuff. Oh my God, knees over toes guys, the best thing since sliced bread. And then over here, you have a handful of knees over toes guy haters, especially strength and conditioning coaches who know what they're talking about. They understand that the KOT guy methods aren't the best thing since sliced bread, but there's a lot of hate and they beat it down. But when it comes to reverse dead mills, a lot of coaches, strength and conditioning coaches, say you can do any warm-up. You could do any dynamic warm-up. This is nothing special, which it's not. However, these make me feel the best. These warm up my quads and give me a little quad pump, especially if I'm like focusing on pushing through my heel. These give me a better warm up than anything else. Now, I am gonna go, like this isn't gonna do it for the tendons, like I'll still do a plyo warm up, maybe some light mobility, but when it comes to getting a quick quad pump and flushing blood to my quads, not the tendons, harder to flush blood to the tendons, but yeah, my point is, when you warm up, you have to do what makes you feel the best. I don't use these with my athletes. Sometimes I'll do reverse sled with my athletes, but I don't make all my athletes do isos. I don't make my athletes do this. Normally, we warm up with my athletes at the other gym that I train at. We do a low rim dunk session, and we'll play like horse or something. Like we make it fun. We're plyometric sequences. All right, I'm yapping a lot, bro. I'm done. I drank caffeine, that's why. Oh, I hate when I do that. Guys, do you want to know something that really irks my soul? It's when I record an entire segment of a video and I'm like, yay, that was really good. And then I go to turn the camera off and I never started recording in the first place. But that is all my fault. It's just really annoying, and I do that more than I would like to admit. But what I was saying is that today I'm going to do some approach box jumps, and I know this is not a box, but these steps give us multiple different heights to jump to. But today would normally be my depth jump and my seated box jump day, and I'm going to do approach box jumps instead for two reasons. Number one is to save my knee, because anytime that you do plyometrics at deeper ranges of motion, they're going to be more intense on the tendons than plyometrics at shallower ranges of motion. Anytime that you do plyos at faster speeds, they're going to be more intense than plyos at slower speeds. Do I want to explain everything I just explained? Yeah. If you're watching these videos this far through, then chances are you like to learn and you would like to know this stuff for yourself. But what I said in my last segment that I didn't record was that oftentimes NFL corners and some running backs and wide receivers, they get a lot of tendinopathy as well, because change of direction at fast speeds, when they're running their routes, and actually the angle, the greater the angle that they change, like when you do a 180, like you're here and then you turn around quickly, versus, just a slant route or something like that. The angle matters too, but change of direction at fast speeds actually causes a ton of tendinopathy as well. Probably almost as much as jumping and landing does, jumper's knee. So my point is that deeper range of motion plyometrics are going to affect your tendons more than shallow range of motion plyos. Faster speed plyos are going to affect your tendons more than slower speed plyos. This is why you need to build up into everything. But for me, during my penultimate step, being that I am a right-left jumper, when I plant my first foot, my plant foot takes all of these forces on my approach jumps. So this is why my right quad tendon is always the tendon that hurts the most. Sometimes, like on my left leg, when I used to get jumper's knee, this would be my patella tendon, but my right knee has always been my quad tendon. But anyways, that's the first reason, is that I'm going to do these approach box jumps instead of seated box jumps and depth jumps, is to save my knee. But the second reason is just to save my central nervous system. So today, my goal is to fire up the central nervous system without doing anything crazy. So depth jumps would probably hurt my knee, but not only my knee, but it's more fatiguing on the central nervous system. Albeit if I did depth jumps at lower volume, I would probably be okay. But I am going to do these approach box jumps instead. And now that I've been standing here talking for like 10 minutes and I'm not warm anymore, let's do our approach box jumps. All right, so all of that actually felt good. I was going to stop at the third or the fourth step if my knee did not feel good, but my knee feels okay. Nothing. It's probably a 1 out of 10 pain. Very, very minimal, slight pain. So I am going to do approach box jumps to the top step. And honestly, this pillar just like gets in my way from my right-left approach, bro. I'm a little bit weird also, so you guys are going to figure that out by watching these vlogs, but a little bit goofy. But yeah, let's go to the top step. So guys, that is actually going to be it for my workout number 1. My fiance has to go to work, so I have to go back home to watch the baby. Dad life is different, bro. Dad life, family life is different. You can't do all the stuff you want to do. You're not on your time anymore. Now I'm on his time. But it's okay. I like being a father. Anyways, the only other thing that I might have hit today was some kettlebell swings, really explosive at lighter loads, maybe some banded kettlebell swings, but I'm just gonna skip that. So one little piece of information when I want to be as bouncy as possible is I normally skip calf raises, either the entire week before I want to be bouncy or the couple sessions before I want to be bouncy, and I skip RDLs. And if you don't want to skip them, then I would do them light and explosive. So RDLs, you saw how on my last vlog I was doing 135 very explosively. That's because I just want to be as fresh as possible for Friday. But yeah, that's going to do it for this vlog. I know these last couple vlogs have been pretty uneventful because we're babying my knee. Like, my son should babysit me. He should babysit me. Like, that's what we've come to. However, that's going to be it for this vlog. Appreciate all of you. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.